Hey guys, today I'm reviewing Trainwreck Poop Cruise, which is a sentence I never thought I'd be saying in my life. Let's run that intro and get straight into the video. So this is an event that I had never heard of prior to watching this, as I'm from the UK, and it seemed to be a pretty big story in America. Now, the documentary starts off really good at grabbing your attention and showing you all these clips that happen later on in the documentary. You know, these main events, what you're watching it for, all the drama, all the intense moments, and it's really good at capturing you. I want to mention too that the show has these really good like panning shots of a large background or area like a city or the sea, something like that. And those are really nice. I just wanted to mention that. Now, the show is really good at slowly building up to this event. It keeps your interest and it doesn't get boring. There's lots of really good crew and staff interviews that were on the ship, as well as people who were off the ship. I really liked the variation of different people that they interviewed, as well as how all these different stories showed a different perspective, and I really appreciated that. Some of the standouts for me was Jen. And now we love Jen. She just seems so nice. She was the announcer and I think one of the main head of staff on the cruise ship, from what I understood. She was described as having like this really noticeable British accent and just sounding very friendly. And in the interviews, she comes across as really kind and friendly, and I thought she was lovely. I really liked all her input into the show and how much she appeared to care about the staff and the people and their well-being on the boat. A perspective that I didn't think I would be engaged in that much, even though it was probably the least engaging, it was still interesting, was a news anchor's point of view on this story and how it slowly progressed. It was nice to see their perspective from it from an outside point of view, as somebody who wasn't experiencing it and didn't think that it was that big a deal until it was. Another point of view we had was a lawyer that was really interesting and maybe doesn't quite work out how you think it will unless you already know this story. So that was unexpected. We have quite a lot of different passenger interviews, probably too many for me to mention each one individually. But I did like the variation of these passenger interviews and what each person was able to bring to the documentary as their experience. The show does a really good job at making you feel this kind of urgency and panic and that false sense of security that you have at the beginning, just like all the passengers do. And when things slowly start getting worse and more serious, it makes you feel claustrophobic, and the people that they interview do a really good job at explaining the fear and that growing dread and anxiety around things. Now, when I first clicked on this, I thought, okay, this is just going to be some stupid, silly little short documentary or film about some dirty cruise ship or a poop cruise as they call it. But it was surprisingly really informative and enjoyable, which is not something I thought I'd say. I definitely highly recommend this little documentary. It's only 51 minutes. At about halfway through, about the 30-minute mark, it did feel like it dragged a bit in its pacing until it got back on track with the story and the kind of more important parts that I wanted to know more about. But overall, I'd say that it's a really good, probably 7 out of 10 documentary. I highly recommend it and I really enjoyed it, surprisingly. As somebody who has been on a cruise ship, it's really interesting for me to see all these things and have that sense of familiarity, but also have that intertwined with the fear and all the things that are going wrong that these people are experiencing. And having both those different perspectives is really interesting when watching it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video about this Netflix film. I highly recommend you go and check it out yourselves. Please like and subscribe to the channel, that really helps out. Until next time. Hey guys, today I'm reviewing Poop Cruise. I can't say.